драйвово.
Ты круглосуточно лучший, играя вновь. У тебя в этом спорте победам нету конца.
Survivalists, former army personnel. They took their training and their call signs serious. That's for certain. Organized, efficient, access to hardware. You'd think they'd be ruling West Virginia by now, but they're gone. If they're following military logic, then they'll have a fortified headquarters somewhere and a leader, someone who knew what they were planning.
in with me from time to time. I may have additional assignments for you to carry out.
I don't have much longer. Had I known, I never would have. But it's too late now, isn't it? But maybe I can help. You, listening to this, whoever you are, you can't undo the virus, but you can upload your likeness into a whitelist in this software. Then you at least could live in the city. You just need to get to my office. There's a scanner attached to the
done. I broke the transmission sequencer so no one will be able to remotely reconfigure the machines. I also corrupted the software on the update terminals throughout the facility. The only machine capable of creating updates is now in my office. I've locked my terminal and wrote a little fix to the building's badge access software to prevent any badge other than my own from accessing it. They won't be able to get help from anyone else. I hold the means to their salvation. Soon, they'll come down from their ivory towers and come begging me to make it stop. And when they do, I'll make each and every one of them fill out my resident application fitness report. And then, I'll deny every last one of them. See how they like it. Being judged, being locked out in the cold.
Dad, I know you wanted me to stay, but I'm leaving. I have a daughter to think about now. This whole town is dying, and you don't even see it. The government, mining companies, Vault Tech, they want West Virginia to be run by machines. Don't you get it? There won't be any work once Watoga is finished. I really hope one day you'll understand.
target.
Ah, what have we here? Ma'am, this is a citywide software update for all municipal robots. This needs to be uploaded and broadcast from the uplink tower on the roof. Once you arrive there, I'll guide you through the process over the intercom system. I would call a maintenance crew to do this for you, but as I understand it, they would just murder you. And I, to my never-ending chagrin, was constructed lacking hands, so I'm afraid you'll need to do it yourself. You can conveniently reach the roof from this office. My sincerest apologies, I can't be of more assistance. You should see the uplink tower from where you are now. You'll need to upload the software update into the terminal at its base. Then, wait for the broadcast and citywide reboot. You should see the uplink tower from where you are now. You'll need to upload the software update into the terminal at its base. Then, wait for the broadcast and citywide reboot. There appears to be a glitch in the update software, which has misinterpreted the monitoring software as a virus. This has triggered a full building lockdown, and a security force has been dispatched to your area. Again, my sincerest apologies. I can't be of more assistance. Congratulations. You have been cleared for the highest security level. The municipal robot should no longer attack you. It appears you can also yourself. You are now authorized to have the combination for the supply cache. Ready? 7476.
We're all over. Building this place up is hard work.
This place has a lot of potential.
Sorry, no time to chat.
Clean up this, fix that. Never seem to end.
Is there something you need? This is Big Bend. We, the Blue Ridge Caravan Company, have been using it to move merchants to the west side of Appalachia. Currently, we're trying to carve a path into Appalachia to improve trade and commerce with the settlements here. If you need more, talk to Vinny. Protecting the Brahmin is and always will be our top priority. But we'll pay a bonus for any lost cargo you can recover along the way. But keep in mind, we haven't been able to secure the deeper parts of the tunnel. So there's no telling what you'll run into.
Yeah. Now that people have come back to this area,
What did you want to know?
Places like Foundation.
I'm just a caravan guard. I keep the merchants and their Brahmins safe during their routes. Originally, pretty far from here, closer to the capital. My family has a camp there, but these days, I'm mostly traveling with the caravan. Understood.
Good morning. I'm sorry to drop this on you. Tiana hasn't reported in from her last mission. Olivia and I are heading out to investigate. I have a lead on a raider scouting party. I need you to follow up on it. Standard protocol. Secure the location, look for signs of raider activity, and report back to the manor. Be careful, dear. I can't bear to lose anyone else.
Oh my goodness, I'm such a broken record.
Hello. I assume you're listening to me now because you followed the poster. Well, I'm Shelley Van Lowe, and I'm looking for my brother. Well, let me spoil the surprise now. My brother wasn't eaten by a damn sheep squatch. But I think Calvin's obsession with proving it exists may have more than a little to do with his disappearance. Calvin. He's not right. Never has been. When he suddenly showed up in town after years of being away, I knew there was something strange going on. I know he's vanished. All his belongings still here. Him? Gone. But it doesn't feel right. He didn't just move out again. I contacted the police about trying to find him. War broke out. Well, I'm sure you know how it all went. So I'll get to the point. I'm leaving Lewisburg. I don't have a choice. But I can't just forget Calvin. If you think you can help, then please head up to the office on the 3rd floor. See if you can pick up his trail. If Calvin is still out there, he needs to know I'm looking for him. And if he's not, well, I think that's something I need to know too.
On an automated priority message. The scorched detection rover unit has been damaged and requires repairs to bring the relay tower communications uplink back online. I repeat, the rover unit is damaged and requires immediate repairs. Please gather the necessary repair materials and proceed to the appropriate relay tower for immediate assistance. Engaging diagnostic support.
Congratulations, dear. I'm sorry I can't be with you today. But I'm sure the other girls can walk you through your vows. Things have been difficult for us of late. In 8 years, we only lost one member of our family. In the past 3 months, we've lost 7. All to raider ambushes. I've asked Eve to accelerate our training program. If the worst should happen, we need everyone to be ready. In order to become a full member of the Order, you will need to master the tools of the Mistress of Mystery. Sword, shot, and shadow. Work with Eve and your mentor. When the time comes to prove yourself, Kryptos has the details. In combat, the Mistress of Mystery relied upon her speed, agility, and training in the The Mistress of Mystery is not a sniper. She is not the silver. First and foremost, the Mistress of Mystery was a master of stealth, subterfuge, and infiltration. Your own talent and training are essential. But there were times when even the Mistress needed more. Part smoke bomb, part cloaking field, the Phantom device threw her foes into disarray while she made her most daring escapes. Frederick has found a way to make a real Phantom device, but it requires 2 components we have in short supply. Search Kryptos for leads on stealth boys and hallucinogen gas. Use your training to infiltrate your targets, secure the items, and return them to the production facility. Good luck, dear. And be careful.
If you see anyone struggling out in Appalachia, be sure to tell them about the White Spring.
Sorry, not much for conversation. Allison talked my ear off.
I wonder if they have any chems laying around here.
Or like Rucker said you were helping us out. Hope you got some good news about those patient care instructions. Well, Appalachia's never really given the responders any breaks, you know? There's so much we don't know how to treat. Sometimes it's hard to know if we're even treating the right thing. With how many sick and wounded we get coming in here, we need every advantage we can get. And the information you're bringing us provides us that advantage in a big way. Wow. I wish we'd had this kind of information from the beginning. We'd better start looking it over. You've done the responders a great service, and now it's our turn to get to work.
So this is a place that's bringing...
Always make sure to boil your water before you drink it.
Hey there. Don't think we met. I'm Skippy Rorich. Something I or the Union can do for you? That's right, looking for someone to help us take the fight to the Fanatics. Surprised we got a taker, actually. You are interested, right? The Union's back's against the wall. We're doing our best to hold off the Fanatics. Keep them from taking everything. Occasionally, we win some small victories, but not a lot. Got a couple of situations back there right now where an extra hand might tip things in our favor, at least for now. I don't want to call it mercenary work, but I'm not gonna lie. You'll be going there to fight. Hell, you've got raider gangs here, right? I've heard about your Blood Eagles. The Fanatics are something like them, but more organized. Imagine every single raider gang you've ever heard got together and decided to make like Genghis Khan. Sweep over everything. Kill anyone who won't join, and put anyone too weak to fight into forced labor camps. Everything that's not theirs they take. That's the Fanatics. And be glad they're not here. The Union is a sort of a... I guess you might call us a confederation, or a resistance. People banding together for defense. See, there's a group in the pit. Calls themselves Fanatics. All they care about is conquest. They want the whole pit for themselves. They roll into your area. You either join them, they force you to labor for them, or they kill you. And they're coming for everybody. The Union's the only thing standing between them and their total conquest of the pit. As much as we're able, anyway. Bad. Don't get me wrong. It's home, and I want us to keep it. But we got hit bad in the war, and we've never recovered. Lots of radiation. Some areas are badly toxic, with all the junk that got blasted into the air is spread around from the factories. People are sick a lot, from one thing or another, and food can be hard to come by. Hell, some of the city's still on fire, I think. But some of the factories survived, and we got them running. Gives us access to things you can't get anywhere else. Might even be able to rebuild, if it weren't for the fanatics. Because it's home, damn it. Mine, ours, all of us who were born and lived there before and after the bombs. Ain't that enough? If the fanatics are out of the picture, we can rebuild. Make something out of it again. It doesn't have to stay like it is. If that ain't enough for you, picture this. A horde of fanatics, hundreds, thousands strong, setting their sights here. Sound like something you want? Fantastic. Let me just get Rucker in here. It's her bird, after all. Thanks for coming by, Rucker. Looks like we got a volunteer to take a trip out to the pit.
We've met. Had a feeling you might be up for this when you came by earlier. Guess I was right.
Figured you should be involved, if we're gonna borrow your plane.
Don't let Lennox hear you call it a plane. She takes it personally. Anyway, sure thing. I guess you've already got all the ultra cells you need. I know you've got mine. Sophie and Esme tell me you helped them out too, so I expect you got theirs as well.
Fair enough. What do you want to know? Well,
Well, I can answer that, Skippy. First of all, we've got refugees here from the pit. People who've made it all the way down on foot or in caravans. And the best way to help that situation is to help people not need to flee the pit in the first place. Second, the Union's the best chance of stability the pit's got. The responders don't just want a triage in the world. We want to help it rebuild one day. We'll need allies to do that.
it doesn't hurt that we've got factories that can still make manufactured goods either.
No, it does not.
I prefer volunteers to suckers. I'm not running some kind of scam here.
The answer is no, by the way. We run some regular sorties, trade some supplies, carry messages. Our radios don't reach that far, so communication's either us or waiting for caravans.
All right. All set? Got everything? Well, we got two different locals I know are in need of help. Locals are what we call union groups that act independently. Local 42's in the industrial district. Hex, their leader, is struggling to keep her people alive and retake a foundry from the fanatics. We got another over in the trench working against a fanatic forced labor camp. Danilo is your contact there. Haven't heard from the other locals recently, but I'm sure we'll be hearing from them if they got trouble too. It's up to you who you want to help right now. Maybe you'll consider going back again later for the other. No can-do's for you. I'll go back one day, but right now, I'm more use here, rustling up support to send back there. I'm not young enough to be much use on the front lines anymore. Great. This means a lot to the Union. I'll make sure you're well rewarded for it. I might have some other things I need help with here in Appalachia, too. I'll let you know. Good luck up there. We're counting on you.
Here to lend a hand, or 'cause you need a hand? Either way, the responders are here for you. Well, you're not bleeding through your shirt. I call that a good day. Name's Rucker. I head up the responders around here. Better believe it. It's my job to make sure we stick around this time. Nothing right now, believe that or not. Checking again soon, though. Almost always something that needs doing around here. Thought you might. Go on ahead. Well, it took a minute and a miracle, but yeah. When I first got back to Appalachia, Yeah, the responders were all but wiped out. A couple of folks wandering around wearing a uniform, but not a one doing any organizing or, hell, making any real work out of it. So I started reading everything I could find and listening to anything anyone could tell me about the group before they all passed. I realized that while the responders themselves didn't make it, the idea could be brought back, and this time, for good. Nice enough place. Heard it used to be some kind of fancy trading post before the war. Can't say I'm overly fond of this management that Orlando's wrapped up in, but I got work needs doing, and I'm not one to turn down a safe place to do it in. I'm also not in love with all the hammering and drilling they got going on, but I'm not complaining. Well, starting now, I'm not.
I love Esme's cooking. Oh, it's
Was an army brat before the bombs fell.
flavor.
My dad was a medic and always wanted to be where the action was. Yeah, Dad's company took a direct hit. I think his biggest regret was that he wasn't here in Appalachia when it all went down. I wanted to do right by him, so I figured the next best thing was to make the trek back here myself and do what I thought he would have done. Wasn't easy. Me and a few other stragglers had to pick our way down the East Coast, ducking and dodging everything that moved except each other. Not the kind of experience one wants to talk about much. You understand. Sure thing. I keep the responders, well, responding. We've grown enough now that most of the different departments organize themselves fairly well. But everyone needs a fire lit under them from time to time, and these days, that's where most of my hours go. That, and keeping Orlando from sniffing around. Depends on who you mean. Hell, I can't get Orlando to tell me about Orlando. Not that I'm ungrateful for the space they're giving us here, mind you, but I've never met this management they go on about.
My bones are aching.
And I don't trust anyone who can't or won't show their face. Nice enough feller, considering what's going on back in the pit. Resourceful, too, in a way that's hard to come by these days. I won't pretend I ever got my head all the way around this union he's part of, but he knows who his people are and does everything he can to keep them amongst the living. Yeah, we're cut from common cloth like that. Lord, that kid. If you're asking me about him, then I take it you haven't had the pleasure of him talking both your ears off at once. Truth told, I think the Brotherhood gave him a job just to stop him from jawing at him for 5 minutes. I'd begrudge their peace if it didn't come at the cost of our quiet. At least with his yakking, he can't sneak up on you. Orlando, on the other hand. No worries. All right, then. Stay upright out there.
I heard about what happened in Morgantown. I know it was way back, but I'm glad they chose to send us somewhere like that.
Ты просто профи, и ты в этом жанре король.